Hey everyone, what's up? How are ya? Hope you're fine. My name is Anya. I'm in the mood for some creepy videos. So, get what you need, get comfy, and see you in a second. Alright. 8 most disturbing things caught on doorbell camera footage. So, hopefully a little more scary than the usual ghosts and paranormal recordings. Let's see. Oh god, is that a hammer?
This first doorbell camera footage was taken in broad daylight. A man in at least his 20s is seen selling candy door to door. The homeowner with the camera would open the door for the man. She would then proceed to make a purchase, with the actual transaction itself being shown. But shortly after, 3 more men revealed themselves. They were armed and took advantage of the open door by robbing the woman in her own home.
Dude, that's not that. Jesus. Good thing I don't eat any candy. I would never buy any from some stranger at my door. Jesus fuck.
The whole operation was a setup, with the man selling the candy being in on it. From the start, the intention was to gain the homeowner's trust to get her to open her front door so that they could rob her at gunpoint. The men swiped some of her belongings and later rushed off.
Why did he
A few minutes before this footage was taken, a nearby house's doorbell camera would capture the same man, again seemingly attempting to sell candy. Although, being suspicious, this homeowner wouldn't open the door.
Good.
Directly after this encounter, the man is shown going.
I've told you before, perhaps in the other doorbell video, when I'm not in the mood, I don't even go look if my doorbell rings. Like, fuck off, you know, come back some other time. I mean, good thing is nobody basically ever rings my doorbell except the postman sometimes, or DHL, you know.
Going up to the house across the street to make another attempt. But this homeowner would also not open the door. The men involved were never caught by police.
Why? I mean, how? Were the recordings not good enough?
This footage was captured on the night of March 7th, 2019. Shown is a man stepping on a house's front porch and emptying an entire yellow fuel container just in front of the door.
Oh shit.
The man then attempts to light the fuel using a small lighter.
Why? Dude, is he wearing the same t-shirt as the guy before was? Or something, wasn't there something? Oh, it's not a circle. It just looked like a circle. I thought it wasn't. Never mind. Why would you do that? Was he trying to get some people out of the house?
After failing to catch the fuel on fire, the man gives up and just walks away. As it turns out, he had mistakenly used diesel fuel rather than regular gasoline. And while gasoline is extremely flammable, diesel fuel is much less so. Had the man used gasoline, and he would have no doubt started the house, along with himself, on fire.
I'm sorry I'm laughing, but it's just the stupidity of people. I mean, it's a good thing he was so damn stupid and used diesel, but you know, so often that I hear crazy shit or sad shit or messed up shit, and I really prefer laughing, because if I wouldn't laugh, I wouldn't stop crying, you know?
In the house at the time was a mother and her 2 children. When the mother saw the footage, she would call the police, who would later identify and arrest the man in his house just across the street. The woman claimed she didn't know the man, and had no idea why he would want to harm her and her family. When questioned why he did it, the man claimed he had seen a ghost and was trying to get rid of it, suggesting he was most likely under the influence of something.
Yeah, I mean, but under what influence do you have to be to believe you can burn a ghost with fire? Well, I mean, here we go with the stupidity again.
He was later charged with attempted homicide and arson.
Jeez.
On February 2, 2022, a contractor in Houston was working at a townhome. At around 6 p.m., the contractor claimed an unknown man that was armed and wearing a mask suddenly appeared inside the townhome with him. The unknown man proceeded to force the contractor into a bathroom, where he then tied him up by bounding his feet and hands. Afterwards, he rummaged through the townhome for over an hour, all the while listening to a police scanner to verify the police weren't on their way. And this footage captured exactly that.
Well, at least he left the man alive. Audio recording. Suspect listening to police scanner. I'm not quite sure what a police scanner is, but I guess he's listening into the... Yeah, it just said that. Never mind.
After taking multiple items belonging to the homeowners, who were out of town at the time, the man found the contractor's keys and drove off with his truck that now contained everything that he had stolen. The man was never found by police. However, the stolen truck was. It was found 2 days later, unoccupied in a nearby restaurant parking lot. But ever since, nothing else has been found.
Yeah, but it's still a good thing he left the dude alive, the contractor.
This doorbell footage was recorded in the early morning hours of July 26th, 2019. While it's not visible in the footage itself, the house just next to the one with the camera had been completely set on fire. And because of how close the houses were, this made the house with the camera at risk of also being set on fire.
Oh, shit.
Shown in the video are some of the other neighbors desperately trying to warn the homeowners of the threat.
Hey guys, yeah. Their house is on fire.
I know, I'm knocking on the door. There's
Oh.
nobody answering.
Oh god, I'm getting goosebumps. Jeez, this is creepy. Just break the damn window and scream inside fire.
Your house is on fire. Your house is almost on fire.
Okay, thank you.
Fortunately, the loud banging was enough to alert the homeowners to the situation. From there, they would get all the children out of the house as quick as possible. They were then brought to one of the neighbors' houses across the street, far enough away from the fire. But other than some
But that's, I mean, I don't know if she knew the dude as her neighbor, but that's trusting. I mean, just give your kid to a random stranger. He could have been anyone. He just runs off with it.
damage to the trees and part of the garage, the house with the doorbell camera was ultimately left untouched.
Oh, thank God. Fire freaks me out.
This footage
Apparently when I was a kid, I was in a hotel with my parents where fire broke out. I can't remember it, but that would explain a lot when it comes to fire. Because I had a couple of years in my life where I was terrified that when I went to take a shower, I would be scared. What if the house burns down while I'm in the shower and I have to run outside naked? It's a totally stupid thought, but that was, I don't know, that was my late 20s, early 30s, something like that. There was this phase where I was afraid to take a shower because, not really afraid, not afraid in the sense I'm today with anxiety and bullshit. I just always had this thought, like, what if I go take a shower now and then the house starts burning and I have to run outside naked? I don't know where that came from, whether it has something to do with the childhood thingy, but I don't know. But fire's powerful. Once I mean, if your house is flooded, most of stuff will be ruined and shit, but it will still be there. Well, if it hasn't been, dragged off and shit, it'll still be there. But fire, yeah, you just have ashes.
which captured an unknown man walking up to the front door of this house. Right away, he leans against the door and tries to open it. He doesn't even knock, but the doorbell camera alerts the homeowner of motion being detected, so the homeowner still gets up to see who it is. Before asking any questions, the homeowner opens the door to see what the man wants.
And he just comes
Then,
in.
without any hesitation, the man steps inside the house. Naturally, the homeowner saw this as a red flag, and shortly after tells the man he needs to leave. But he didn't listen, forcing the homeowner to have to physically push him out of the house.
This is really creepy stuff, man. We should maybe watch more of these videos than ghosts. I wouldn't even have opened the door that far. I would have just opened it a little bit and you know, like, what do you want?
Out there. What's the stairs from? What? What's the stairs here? Come on, where are you going? What's the stairs here? Goodbye, you.
Whoa! What's his problem?
As the door is being closed on him, the man forcefully punches the glass on the door.
Good thing
But fortunately, the homeowner was still able to close and lock in. The man then continues to stand at the door, trying the door handle, before the video ends. What this man had actually planned is unknown.
Did he even have a plan?
This video was taken on the night of August 10th, 2021.
Messed up or
A woman is seen returning home from work. She unlocks her door and walks in. But before she can close it again, a man that was armed enters her home just behind her.
Jesus.
Shortly after, another man can be seen. The two would demand the keys to the woman's car, and after she gave it to them, they would run back outside to where her car was parked, where they would then drive off with it.
Jeez. Jeez, that is so... Jeez, that is scary. Good thing they didn't hurt her.
Come up, fire. Oh, don't move. Don't scare, don't.
Police were immediately called, and only a couple hours later, they would find the stolen vehicle at a stoplight. They attempted a traffic stop, but the vehicle fled. The high rate of speed and rainy conditions that night made following it almost impossible, so police had to give up. The vehicle is yet to be found, but the two involved in the theft would be found only 2 days later. The one that confronted the woman was charged with home invasion, armed robbery, and motor vehicle theft.
Jeez.
This happened in Phoenix, Arizona. It's the middle of the night, and this was captured on one homeowner's doorbell camera. A man armed with an actual sword, a hammer, and an axe walks up to the front porch.
I thought it was a stake. A wooden stake, and I was about to make a joke that is he out vampire hunting with a hammer and a stake, but a sword, okay.
He then proceeds to steal multiple items outside of the house.
Yeah, take it. Take everything. Jeez, just as long as you don't hurt anyone, just take it and leave. What is that thingy that's standing there? That he just touched? Looks like it's stacked empty.
At one point, a
bottles
car drives
or
by, but the man completely ignores it.
artsy bottle thingy.
After a while, he walks off with his bag filled with stolen items, the sword still being held under his arm.
But what valuable shit could he have found out there inside a house in a garden? I mean, flower pots and what some weird maybe figurines or garden gnomes or what? I mean, who cares? I mean, it's good he just, you know, took shit.
While at work, a man in Florida would receive a message on his phone saying someone rang his doorbell. When he checked the live feed, this is what he saw. A man wearing a hat, sunglasses, and bandana is standing at the front door.
Oh, good thing that's
And
not
disturbingly,
suspicious.
he's holding a handgun in clear view of the camera.
Okay.
The doorbell's audio system would ask the man to leave a message for the homeowner, and he does. He claims he lost his dog and wants to look in the homeowner's backyard for it.
Right, I always take a gun when I go looking for my dog, of course, and then I remove my fingerprint. Jeez.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Hey, just wondered if you guys saw Lost Puppy He's a pit bull, blue nose. I believe he came in your yard, but I don't want to look without your permission.
Right, that's why I brought a gun, or maybe to shoot the puppy.
Hey, you at the wrong house, dog.
And I know this is totally irrelevant again, but it totally triggers me when people wear a bandana and you can see the sign thingy sticking out. Why can't you put it, in the back? You don't see it.
Alright.
After the homeowner came on the speaker and confronted the man, he quickly left with no questions asked. As it turns out, this wasn't the only house he did this to. Police would state that they had gotten multiple calls with the same description of the man and the exact same story. The man was most likely trying to get homeowners to open their door, where he could then threaten them with his gun, and from there do who knows what. In this specific case, he most likely didn't realize the doorbell camera could see his firearm from where he was standing, which explains why he would be holding it out in the open by his side. Police weren't able to identify the man because of everything he had covering his face. Therefore, he has yet to be caught.
Oh, that was it. That's the thing with the cameras. I mean, they're always sold to us we're always told that cameras everywhere are for our protection. And meanwhile, there are so many cameras, and yet we heard it so often that the people weren't caught because they cover their face. So what's the use of the camera? I mean, sure, they can scare off people and shit, but so far, at least it seems to me, I have heard that that's the way I kind of perceive it, is that despite there being tons of more cameras, it doesn't really help catching more culprits because everyone puts on masks, or because of the coof. That was the funniest thing, actually, or I found it totally funny during was it 2020? I think it was 2020, first lockdowns or afterwards. Sometime there was a bank robbery somewhere in Germany. Was it 2 or 3 men walked in a bank, and yeah, they were wearing masks, right? Duh. I kind of laughed my ass off. It's not really funny. It's totally stupid, but I found it funny that they were wearing these medical masks and went to rob a bank. I mean, even I did back when the whole truth thing started, and in Germany you weren't required to wear a medical mask yet. You could just wear a scarf or anything, just cover your mouth and nose. And I was wearing a bandana, and I went into a bank like that. I mean, sure, I was wearing a pink bandana, so not very gangstery, and I had my mom with me because we had to deal with some issues, and but it felt so weird going into a bank like that, with never mind. No, but this was one creepy ass video, a whole lot scarier than all these ghosts and paranormal things we've been watching so far. Maybe we should watch more of his videos. Although I know we've seen that one somewhere. He was the Chilling Scares is his name. He was suggested to me by YouTube, so I thought, okay, let's watch something else or someone else. I mean, we had the doorbell camera footage. No, but I liked it. It was creepy. Hope you guys liked it too. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day or a great night, and see you in the next video. Bye.